Welcome, this is Mahesh and welcome to the All Us Men page and channel. And today we are looking at something that we've been covering in the All Us Men group, and that is looking at ourselves as a good friend and treating ourselves as we would treat a really good friend. And when we worked this week with the group, what we did was we gave ourselves a really good piece of advice. Exactly how you would if you were talking to a friend, or if you were talking to a loved one or a partner who asked you for a really good piece of advice about how you could grow as a person and how to better yourself. And really and truly, when we look at this, we look at the fact that, only we know how we feel about everything. Only we know how we feel about ourselves, and how we feel about other people, and how we feel about the environment we've placed ourselves in or inadvertently found ourselves in. And with that in mind, the only person that really can help you and give you the right advice is you. We can ask people for their advice on situations and what would they do, but they're not us. They don't have what we have, and they can only take it from their own perspective and their own outlook, and that is life. That is how life is. Life is just playing out in front of us, and it's how we perceive stuff, and it's how we process everything around us makes us who we are. So what we did this week was we sat and we meditated in a real silent space, and we held that for each other. And we really looked this week at what was a really nice attribute about ourselves, but also if there was a piece of advice we could give ourselves this week to help us along our way, just this week. I'm not talking about months or years, we're just talking about really a day at a time. How would we benefit from a good piece of advice from deep down within inside of us? The real true self coming through and out and helping you as an individual. So when we think about this, we think about sitting and meditating. We think about maybe the first thing that comes to our mind that we are struggling with, and really asking ourselves, where's the best place to find the truest sense of who we are in that situation. I hope that makes sense. Because what we're looking for is when you're in a situation that you've put yourself in, or like I say, inadvertently found yourself in, sometimes it's easy just to play it out, see the surroundings as they are, and just play to the crowd. And sometimes we need to just take a moment, sit down and digest what's happening, really listen to ourselves, listen to our true nature, and then work forward from that. So give yourself a good piece of advice this week, whatever it might be, whatever it might be about. It might be, I don't know, why don't you take yourself for a nice walk? Why don't you try some fruit this week? Or why don't you sit and have a nice talk with a family member that you haven't spoken to for a while? Give yourself some advice. Feel it from deep within you. Feel it resonate and come up. Sit with it for a while. See how it makes you feel. And then take the advice if you feel it will be beneficial to you. Be well, and I hope to see you again all soon. Take care and look after yourself.